Welcome to my video on the Porsche 911 Turbo. This is the service history video, if you like. So let me just give you a quick intro to what we've got. We've got the HPI report there. Got MOT file of MOT histories. We've got the unit, Alpina unit with the cameras, the manual, if you like, invoices, tracker. Got the Porsche authentication certificates and repair bills there. Invoices for the alloys. You said a Gleantech sort of body coat put on it at some point. Got a manual there. I've got the full manual in the car. All this is the service history. We'll just flick through. I'll go through it in a bit more detail. So just to simplify the video and just so you at a glance you can see the outline of the service history. So the services that have got an asterisk, I don't have the paperwork for, but everything else I have the paperwork for. So 18 services, so I think I may have made an error on the advert, but I will go back and correct that. So it's 18, not 19, 20 is our first fault. But as you can see, all Porsche or Porsche specialist, and we do have we're missing 1, 2, 3 invoices from the repair. So everything else is very documented. What we are going to do is we'll start in detail on what I've done to the car in my ownership in the last 5 years. So in January 25, we've had a aircon regas. We've had replaced the rear anti-roll bar drop links as well, and as well as obviously the 12,000 mile service, and that was a sum of just over £1,080. That is the same one. Yeah, I think that's a duplicate. Right, that's a duplicate. As is, so I've obviously printed off more than one document. Yeah, so that's all the same one. Right, so in July 24, I had a problem with the roof. So what they've done is I can actually just home in on that so you can have a look. So the roof wasn't, the catch wasn't coming back in. So they basically changed the motor for the 9971. So it's in fact actually a better unit now on there. As you can see, cost me a tidy sum of £1,600. So that was in July 24. At a brand new part, and then you got the soft catch tap adapter control panel and the inlay as well. So that was all rectified. So in fairness now, that it's got the newer modern operation on the roof. October 23, so we did quite a lot in October 23. We had a rear suspension, we had the track arms done, wheel alignments, lower arm camber, eccentric bolt nut. You can see the parts there. That was £1,400. We also had replaced the front suspension damper bumps and stops, and replaced the power steering fuel pipe. As you can see there, it was £700. This was in October 23, so this was done at the same time. That one is, I believe, exactly the same as the other one. And then we had the same period, say 13th, 23, we've done a 12,000 mile service, replaced the spark plugs, fuel change, etc. And that came up to £1,000. And then we go to 2022, so we had a 12,000 mile service, investigate, water pump. So again, every time they've sort of asked me to do something, in fairness, we've carried it out upon their sort of referral, really. If they think it needs to be done, I've done it. If they say I'm being a bit anal, then I've left it. But generally what they've done is they've took a fair size of money from me while I've had ownership of the car, but it's been in good hands, and certainly would recommend La Rosa Porsche if you're nearby. So that is again duplicate of the other invoice. We had a health check there which was carried out in 2022, and it just shows the things that when it was highlighted on the health check, what I carried out basically. But I can take copies of these obviously if you want a slower video or a still piece, so you can have a look. This one was 2021, so we had to carry out a major service, MOT. Let me just home in on that so you can take a screenshot of what was done. but everything is in order really. I mean, I've done sort of more than the standard servicing, more advice from them. Obviously with Porsche and the owners, to be fair, we want our cars tip-top and tickety-boo, so it's a case of just making sure everything is in the in right order, obviously, because it shows the provenance and the car being well looked after, which in turn obviously looks after our asset. Obviously these are appreciating assets. I do appreciate that they have come down slightly in price, but obviously they will go back up when the world settles back down again, as they say. So then we've got all these services are here, so I'm just going to rattle through. I'm not necessarily going to focus on what was done on the car. So we've got 76,000 miles, and that was in 19, so that was RPM Technic. And then we've got one here in 74,000 miles. That's probably one of the maintenance work then, and one is the service. And then we've got a few with Northway Porsche. So we've got one at 71 at 17,000 miles. So I'm going to jump one there. So that's 16 at 67,000 miles in 2016 at 67,000 miles. Again, a major service. And then we jump onto Porsche Reading, and that was on the 20th of May 15. And this is May 15 as well. So in fact, that's actually a repair bill with Porsche. Looks like there's had some roof treatment on that one. And then you got your service on there in 2015. 2014, 24,000 miles service, 62,000 miles. 59,000 miles in 2013. Again, a 12,000 mile service. 24,000 miles service in 12 at 58,000 miles, and then we've got one at, in fact it's not a service, but it's in 11 at 57,000 miles, replace the micro switch and calibrate the roof. Incidentally, I've had the roof calibrated last week as well. So we go back, is 2011 at 54,000 miles, 12,000 miles service. And then we've got at Right Tune Porsche Specialist, and that was in 2010. On to Porsche, this one is in 2010, but the actual service here, 2010, 48,000 miles service. You can see, double page that one. £4,633. So, I mean, that was obviously some time ago. And then we've got 2009. 2009, again, it's full service. 2008, again, a 24,000 mile service there. So, I mean, it has had substantial money over the years, keeping it in tune with the maintenance and obviously making it tip-top. 2008 and then 2007 to finish off. So all the history there, I would say, is very, very strong. Obviously, massive helps with the provenance of the car when you come around to sell it. And then we've got the service book here as well. Now, I don't know why I've not, but every time I've took the car in for service, I haven't had it stamped by the one, so effectively I can get it stamped, the extra bits there, the missing, but everything else is stamped in the book. And I say, other than I think the 3 or 4, which don't have the service invoice, everything else is in this file of paperwork here. So we've had a Gleetec paint protection put on at some time, so I've got the paperwork here for that. We've got the upgraded Alpina unit here, which has got the cameras, a nice little sum there of £3,000, I believe. Yeah, £3,000 unit going in there. So you've got the, it's a bit techy, a bit too much tech for me. It goes a bit above my head as far as what's available on it, but you've got front, rear cameras, CD changer. I'm guessing you've got some sort of upgrade speakers and amplifier or what have you. We've got an HPI report, which I done when I bought the car. Obviously it is still HPI clear as well, so that's all there. All the old MOTs, or majority of the old MOTs there, so even the ones that aren't online are on there. We've got a tracker on the car. In here we've got invoices for the alloys, the spoiler, some tyres. It's got a certificate of authentication as well, and we've got a notification from Porsche that the warranty was extended, I'm guessing after 3 years old. The original photos of the car when it was sold some time ago. I do have the owner's manual, but there is also an ultimate owner's guide as well. And obviously I've got the V5 document, and the obviously, as I was saying, the plate will be coming off the car. And I do have obviously 2 sets of keys as well. So all in all, there's plenty of reading there. I have sort of tried to make the video as short as possible, really, without having to bore you too much, but try and obviously just show you what the facts and the provenance of this car. So let me just home in again there. So you've had the servicing all the way through there. In fairness, I haven't done any miles on it, but that hasn't stopped me spending the money. So, you know, I look at it as an investment. It still will be an investment for the new owner. It's just a genuine reason I need to sell the car. I'm not in a major hurry, but I would like the car to be sold so I can deal with one of my children, basically, put them, try and help them out, shall we say. But anyway, that's enough for me. If you do have any questions, by all means, call me. My number is 07930 347 373. Thanks for watching.